Hi, look at what I just received in the mail. I'm going to do a quick unboxing of my Commodore 64 Ultimate. Now this is just the regular beige edition. It's not the Starlight edition or the Founders edition. But I will open this up and give you a look at what it's like to get a boxed Commodore 64 in 2025. And open it up. Something I never got to do back in 1982. This is what the box looks like on all sides. And the top. So this is actually the way it arrived. This is the way it was shipped, which to me seems a little bit problematic in that, it could easily be identified as being electronics and could be more easily stolen. But come to think of it, how many people these days know the name Commodore and know that it probably would be electronics in here? So that's probably not really that much of a risk, I guess. And I do like the fact that the packaging is minimal. The external box is just large enough to contain the internal box. And there's no wasted space or wasted cardboard, no wasted packaging of any sort. All right, I got the outside tape cut, and now I'm going to pull out the internal box. And there we go. There is the Commodore 64 Ultimate box. It's amazing how much it looks like the original box. Even though I did not get a boxed Commodore, I did not even own a Commodore machine in the 80s. I do have a couple of boxed Commodore 64s in my collection. I know what the original box looks like. This is more elongated and less wide, or less long, I guess, than the Commodore box from the 80s. But at least the ones that I have, they're more square than this. But this is what the box looks like. So there's the front, the side, here's what the back looks like. The other side. The top. And the bottom. So very, very cool. Next I will actually open this box and pull out all of the parts. It does open in a similar manner to the original boxes, and it's got a little tape tab right here that I need to get so I can open this up. I'll be very careful, and I'm certainly going to be keeping the original box for this machine. Something that a lot of us wish we had done for machines that we had purchased back in the 80s. I like that, even on the inside tab there. Welcome back to the world of friendly computing. All right, let's open this puppy up all the way. Oh, beautiful. There it is. Very well packaged. Very well presented. I love this. Figure out how to get everything out of here. Okay. So there's this little box here. It says Commodore 64 Ultimate Accessories. Okay, let's see what's in this little box labeled accessories. So, you've got some Commodore stickers. Very nice. It says I love 8-bit, ready, Commodore 64 Ultimate, Commodore 64 personal computer. Of course, the Commodore logo itself. Oh yeah. Really, really, really nice stickers. What else is in here? Yes, I heard about this. This cassette tape, or what looks like cassette tape, it's got some sticky stuff on it I'm gonna need to get off. But there you go. It says the very second. So it's actually a USB stick disguised as a cassette tape. Very cool. And then there's even the cassette holder. To complete the disguise. I can get the, there we go. If I can get this there we go, put together. So you can keep that, and it's going to look like the cassette tape. They even provide an HDMI cable. It says Commodore 64 Ultimate HDMI cable. That is a nice touch. And some of these things are stuck in here to keep them from moving around, I'm sure, and potentially causing damage. So this is 12-volt AC adapter. So they provide that as well. Pull it out of there. Okay. There are some adapters on there, look like, for using it in different countries. Like this looks like UK adapter. Looks like a US adapter. Not sure about that one. There's another one. And then what the adapter looks like. And it is, as you can see, it's got the Commodore logo on it, but it's also see-through. You can actually see the components inside of it. It's very small. It's got the standard plug you would typically use for an old machine. And here's the US adapter. You just take it and you hook it on there. So that's very nice. That makes that very usable no matter what country you are in. So that's the accessories box. Now for the machine itself. Okay, it's in the standard styrofoam. It's got a keyboard. And it's got a piece of cardboard that looks like a keyboard that says, "Welcome to your digital oasis." That's very nice. Also, in the bottom, and also taped down, so it won't move around during shipping, is the Commodore 64 Ultimate Manual. It looks like a really nice manual. It's thick. It says Commodore 64 Ultimate User's Guide with Quick Start. Looks very, very much like the manual that came with the original Commodore 64. Okay, take off the styrofoam. It's got nice plastic around this. Thought I was going to have to cut it open, but there's tape on this end, so you can open up the plastic without damaging it. And there we are. The Commodore 64 Ultimate in all its glory. It is very, very light, as you would expect with modern components. The case is extremely well done. So here we are with the computer. The keys feel really, really nice. Let's click this down. Man, this looks so much like an original Commodore 64. I noticed that the label, the first flaw I've seen, the label itself, it's fully tacked down on one end. I might have to take care of that in some manner. But if we look at this, look on the back. It says memory expansion above this port right here. This says HL. This little one says RF. This says video. This says serial. This is cassette. And what's labeled user port, you can see that actually has an HDMI, a network cable, and 2 USB ports. So for hooking up your modern or old peripherals, it's all set there. And then on this side, you've got 2 joystick ports, got the on and off switch, and you got the power connector. Again, it's a DIN type connector. And that's it. You got the normal power light up here in the right hand corner. This is what the back looks like. It actually says Commodore, Commodore symbol, Commodore 64 Ultimate, model number C64U, and of course serial number. Wow, this looks so much like, if it weren't so new looking, you could, it might almost be hard to tell that this weren't an original Commodore 64. Well, as soon as you look to the ports, you would obviously tell. But the aesthetic of this, you know, just the size, the color, the shape, the aesthetics are identical to the original Commodore 64. Then you've got new and old ports, which I find to be incredible. Next, I will hook this up and turn it on. They provide a very long power cord for this, which is extremely nice. One interesting note about the power switch on this, when you first plug it in, it does make a sound and the power light briefly flashes. But you can see the power button right here. If you press the top of it, it comes on. I don't know if you heard it make some noise there. But to turn it off, you have to press the bottom portion of the power button. But you actually have to hold it for a few seconds before the power light will go out. You can't just push the bottom and expect that it's going to go off. I'm going to actually use my own HDMI cable that I already have out, rather than opening up the package that has a HDMI cable in it. Okay, I've got the HDMI hooked up. I'm going to turn on my TV/monitor, turn on the computer, and just see what this screen looks like. Hopefully that's coming through okay. You should be able to see the monitor screen. Now I'm going to turn on the computer. I'm going to switch my monitor to HDMI. And there it is. Looks really, really good. This is a very, very crisp, clear display that this is showing. And that's it. That is the unboxing video for the Commodore 64 Ultimate Beige Edition.